So here we have the beautiful roasted bird, and what we're going to do now we check the temperature by taking a thermometer, and you're looking for 160, 165, and you put it right in there into the fattest part of the thigh. And once you're up to 160, 165, you can take it out. I take it out at 160 and then I let it sit. They say let it sit for 20 minutes. I like to let it sit for half an hour. It allows all of the heat to equalize, and it should make for a nicer, easier carving job. Now, we have to take some string off. I had tied it with string. So first let me move the bird onto the board. There we go. We lift the bird out of the pan onto the carving board, and I'm going to show you separately in a separate video how to deal with all this, but we want to capture all of the juice and the flavourings from the bottom of the pan, so we'll get back to that later. We have to take off the string. I tied it in such a way that you could just pull the knot, and you can see how easy that comes undone. If you cut through it, you might have a number of pieces of string. By undoing the knot, I only have one string, and that way I don't get any string left inside there. Now for carving it, what I want to do is remove the leg. So I'm going to cut between the leg and the breast and just separate the skin. Now my cutting board is on a pan. You can see this, it's on a pan here. And all of the juices you can see are running now into the pan. So any liquid that escapes, I'm going to capture that, and I'm going to put that into the gravy. So we have this beautiful roast gravy to go with the bird. So now I'm going to cut down there. I'm going to have to turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing here. And while holding the bird, tipping the bird up a little bit now, I'm going to cut that, lean that leg back, and now what I can do is with the drumstick I can just cut through the then release the drumstick. There we have a beautiful drumstick. So we've got the drumstick, now you have the thigh. You can start slicing the meat from the thigh. You won't get this perfect because look at those nice slices we get off there. You won't get this perfect because my knife now has come up against the bone, so now I have to slide the knife along the bone. We're going to take these pieces and put them onto the tray there. Now I'm going to turn this around and continue cutting slices until we can get no more because of the bone. So this is the dark meat. Don't worry if the skin comes away like that. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. But you can see we've got nice meat there. I always like to put this. This is the bone here, but there's some meat on it, and my son usually likes that. If not, I'll get to it myself. And then we have the wing here. Now I'm going to cut between that wing joint there. And these wings, they're just nice and ready to go straight onto the platter as they are. But this one here, you look at where the wing is. Let me see if I can tip this up for the overhead camera. And you take your knife along the wing, move it up a little bit, and you cut into the breast like that. Cut all the way along the breast like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just cut through that joint there. You're leaning the bone back, and that pops the joint, and then you can take your knife and cut through there. And that releases the back part of the wing. And we'll put that on the platter. Now for carving the breast, I have made a cut in here. And now we just carefully slice until we come through the bottom there. So that's our first slice, and then you can keep slicing. And each slice, see how we cooked it nice and slow, that meat is still nice and juicy. It's holding together well, it's not crumbling. Beautiful, look at that. And we shingle these slices. Beautiful, nice, succulent turkey breast there. So now we shingle these slices, and we're going to set these slices out on the platter as well. And now what I like to do is I like to carve half the turkey, because we often have a ham with it as well. I carve half the turkey, and then what I'll do is I'll lift, whoops, I lift the turkey breast onto the platter, and now I have the carved meat around it, and I'm going to centre this for the camera a little bit. And now I have the carved meat around it, and I still got a nice presentation of the breast. So you still have a nice presentation there, the carved meat, and then I'll have another platter with the vegetables and the ham on as well. If we need more turkey carved, then I can go ahead and just carve it straight there at the table. But I like to put it up on the table like this. I'll put a few garnishes around to give it some colour. But there you have your nice roast turkey.